Hey, 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 how's everybody doing tonight?
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Awesome. How you doing, Roy?
Doing great. Just found out my wife got her training gig for
Wow,
piloting. So we're
that's
excited
awesome.
about it.
That is super exciting.
It's been like a 5-year journey.
Yeah, I remember. Like you were she got a job. But asterisk. I mean, not that she wasn't working, but yeah,
Right,
that's
right.
that's really exciting for her. I mean, I'm super happy. So that is great news. All right.
How you doing?
Oh, good. I'm good. I got off my 5 a.m. Well, I had one yesterday, but generally I'm off my 5 a.m. start, so that's kind of awesome. Things are good. Yeah, it's Michigan fall, beautiful weather. So we finally got a little bit of rain, so pretty excited about that. But yeah, no, I'm super excited. So let me go ahead and get through the open here. Welcome everybody. Glad you're with us. We got a lot of fun stuff to talk about. So welcome back to the QuadR Wrestling Report. We strive to keep our fingers on the pulse of the wrestling community. I'm your host Ralph Nyberg alongside my brother Roy. We are excited to talk all things wrestling. Ralph can be found at X at Ralph D. Nyberg, and Roy can be found at X at Roy_Nyberg. We stream live on X and YouTube. YouTube channel is at QuadR Podcast. Email is quadrapodcast@gmail.com. Podcast can be found on Spotify at QuadR Podcast. We can also be found on Instagram and TikTok to a lesser extent. Thank you for jumping in.
We are on
It's
TikTok.
true. Yes, we are. And chat is always welcome and encouraged. Jump in and join the fun. All right. I'm actually kind of pumped. Like
Yeah,
it's kind of a gap spot, like in some ways, like,
right.
worlds, we kind of did the worlds recap last week, and so that's out there, but then, we still talk a little bit about the women, talk a little bit about the Greco. Right? But we got a lot of
A little
events
bit.
coming up. We got some claw, we got some RAF news, we got some interesting things to talk about, and as always, social's very busy, so that's always fun and exciting. So, yeah, let's hit it. You got a hard stop tonight, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, right on. All right, as always, we like to start out with the quote of the week. This week's quote's from Cale Sanderson. I thought this was an interesting quote to me, right? So, um, on a lot of different levels. So I got a lot of different angles here to play, but Cale Sanderson, Olympic champion, undefeated NCAA career. I guess if you're watching this podcast and you are not familiar, then you're probably related to one of us. Without question. So thank you, family, for supporting the podcast. But so to be the best, you have to outwork the rest.
Hmm.
So in a lot of ways, this goes against the whole Penn State vibe, right? Like, so all the videos of them laughing and playing dodgeball and like they're doing everything except thinking about winning, right? They're out on hikes, they're out like, working at soup kitchens or whatever, right? Anything but like working hard to make sure that they are going to be champions. But is that all just a ruse?
Right.
we got
Kale, you can't trust anything Kale said.
we got to get
Publicly.
we got to get these other guys playing dodgeball. So
Right.
like, while we're drilling 8 hours a day, like, so let's work this dodgeball. So there's that, you know, and
There's that. There's also, if you were on top, why would you tell people what they need to beat you?
right.
So you sell them on the idea that they need to keep doing what they're doing, but just twice as hard.
It's not that your ideas are horrible.
Right.
Just you're not implementing them hard enough. Keep doing dumb stuff and like you'll get there. Just keep doing
Yeah.
it.
And then when they lose again, you're like, I guess you just didn't work hard.
Yeah, he's always got that little smile too, right? Like he's got this whole 5D chess thing going, and like
Yeah.
so, yeah. So anyway, It is an interesting quote with the persona and everything else that they like to project.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Is there a year, like when did he say this?
yeah, that's also
Is this
I
college Kale or is this Coach Kale?
yeah, we don't know for sure which
Yeah.
Sanderson this is. So uh, anyway, all right. As always, if you want to be a guest on the show, reach out to quadrapodcast@gmail.com or DM at Roy_Nyberg, Ralph D. Nyberg. We do sound checks, video, and all that at about 8 p.m. Eastern time. That's where all the good, funny stuff, and that's where we really cook, man.
Right.
That's where that's where the work gets done, and then we hit it. You know, we like to look like it's just improvised, but this is well structured, well organized, and so don't be fooled.
Right.
But we gotta. So I thought about it.
We got a box for you. We got a whole.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we're ready. I thought about
We're
though,
ready.
like we're actually doing our first show next week. We said
Episode 1.0.
Yeah, 1.0. It's October, right? That's October 1st, right? Next Wednesday.
No more practicing.
No more practicing, man. It's got to be tight. So I'm thinking, do we want a guest or no guest on the first show? Introduce a new dynamic. Might be a little tricky. I don't know.
Right.
Right.
It's like Spider-Man 1 can't have like the Incredible Hulk in it.
Right. Yeah. You got to ease into that. No doubt about that. But hey, you are always welcome. Reach out. All right. Awesome. All right. So I thought start with a little RAF news because we're like some exciting news and then some interesting news and like some things to talk about for sure with Real American Freestyle. So RAF 2 is coming up, and so we already knew about the headliners, right? And we talked about yesterday that it's already a great card, right? So we had RBY, NATO, Snyder, fresh off his gold medal, taking on Mason Paris, unlimited weight class. Are we going to see huge Mason? You know, all these different things, and then we get Pat Downey versus Jake Varner.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and then on top of that, we get Hayden Henshaw versus Elon. I don't know if it's called like Big Junk. That's his nickname or something. I don't know for sure. But anyway, like, so there was a little bit of reaction from the, actually, let me go to this. Transition over to this guy. Let's see. Get a little tighter. All right. Yeah. So you got to think about, you know, I mean, who was on the undercard at the last UFC? Do you remember?
At the last UFC?
Yeah, of course you don't.
Yeah.
Right? Like, who fought in the undercard of any boxing match that you've ever been to? No one, right? So, like, I mean, from combat sports, you look at professional combat sports, people are purchasing based on the main event, right? I mean, it's not about the undercard. Now, I think that it was cool with the first event that like you had exciting matches from the start, right? And it wasn't like, I mean, I've been to like one UFC live and it was in Minnesota and we went to like the undercard, you know, all of that, right? And man, there's nobody there, right? Like the thing is, it's like, you know, people trickle in, right? Because they're really there for the main event. And like that's how you can have like a 5-hour event, but it's not really a 5-hour event, right? It's only a 5-hour event for the absolute diehards of diehards. So I sort of feel like, I mean, I understand both of these the third and fourth matchups. I understand Pat Downey, Jake Varner. You've got a gold medalist. You've got somebody who sparks a little controversy, right? Probably pretty good on the mic, probably can sell some tickets. And I mean, admittedly, like it's not I don't think either of these guys is ever going to be
The RAF
competing for
champion.
a RAF championship, right? I feel like that's probably not in their future. Um, I also feel like uh, it could be fun. It could be a disaster, right? It could be too old. I'm not old. It could be they could come in out of shape, and it could be like a not great
Well,
match.
that's where the 2 minute periods will help.
Yeah, right. Get the breather. I think you got to give them like extend that time between periods to like 2 minutes and allow oxygen.
Yeah. Well, didn't Downey get the first takedown against Dirachi
Yeah, no,
recently,
he looked great. Yeah. No,
and then he ran out of gas?
so obviously the skill level of these two guys is, world class. But you don't know what you get. And then Caden Henshaw and Keelan Jimison. I don't know. Anyway, they've already actually wrestled in a folk style match. They both they are influencers, right?
Yeah.
So they both represent, again, two people who bring an audience, but are probably never going to compete for the RAF championship. I mean, if you're talking about, if you look
Well,
above,
in the UFC model, you need to have like a 1 through 10 at every weight,
right?
and have those guys like beat the number 10 guy, and then move up to 5, and then to build that like hype.
Yeah, right. I mean, ultimately,
Yeah.
you have to establish like gatekeepers, right?
Right.
You got to find the guys who are like, you know, you got to be good enough to beat this guy before you can really be considered a potential. But
Exactly.
I mean, they're definitely I have a hard time believing that they can raise their skill set. I mean, someone who, you know, didn't win a D2 championship and like you look above them and you got RBY and NATO.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like RBY could probably beat both those guys by tag in about 2 minutes, be my guess. So, but again, I mean, again, you want to bring in the audience. You want those guys both have huge followings. They're very popular.
Yep.
I think that like I don't hate it. I'm just not excited about the necessarily. Still super pumped about the card, right? I mean, this is
Mm-hmm.
we said yesterday they announced 2 matches. It's a great card already, right? For sure. And so
Yeah.
I'm always interested to see how they fill it because I mean, obviously they want to like start building names. They need to start building like rankings, like you say. We got to have a top 5. We got to have a top 10. You got to bring in new people, right? And so these 2 matches are not probably honestly increasing the stable. I mean, if Downey got serious, he could compete, right? He's not old, but I don't know.
Well,
Still,
if Downey wins, he's immediately a super interesting person.
yes, right.
There's Jake Varner. He's in the Penn State room. There's no way he showed up just to like party. I mean,
Well,
he's got good training partners.
there's a
He's
little
he's
partying
a,
that goes on in that Penn State room,
but
but they're
I
not
don't know.
they're not going to Ohio. So this one is not in Ohio, so less partying for sure. All right. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I don't know. It'll be fun
Yeah.
for sure. All right, let's see. Okay, so that's RAF. Senior Worlds, last thoughts. So we talked about the men last week. Don't want to like necessarily rehash all that. Obviously, give you a chance to say what you want to say. The women were well on the women's side of things. I thought that North Korea was like super fun and exciting. Like
Yeah.
they really showed out, and that was interesting. There was a new wrinkle in things, and they brought in 6 wrestlers and cruised to second place. Scoring wins over Japan and things like that. So that was interesting. I think I mean that's great. I mean it's
Right.
always great for wrestling to have more countries participating, and like they're certainly potential powerhouse, right? I mean they took a gold in men's. They really competed on the women's side of things, so that was a big deal. The men's Greco team love to see the OPRF representation, but we still continue to struggle to uh, really medal. I mean, there's a real
Yep.
need for development there, uh, but I don't think that that was completely unexpected. Coverage I thought was good. I mean, I thought like the camera work, the number of cameras, the having an announcer on every mat was great.
Yeah.
The only one thing I'd say to Flow is like, man, as a subscriber, do I really need to watch like 1.5 minutes of ads to watch a 4 minute interview with Kennedy Blades? Like, throw me a bone here, man. It's like,
Yeah.
I really want to know what Izzy has to say, but do I really want to hear about defense soap for the 4,000th time? So, like,
Yeah.
I mean, there must, like, the ads should not be more than 20% of the video length. And
Right.
and I should get like 3 free clicks a day as a subscriber. My opinion. But other than that, the coverage itself was great. I mean, they did a good job with everything, articles, interviews, all of it was great. But I really wish they would, back off a little bit with the advertising, or I don't know. Anyway, what about you? Last thoughts? Close
No,
out.
yeah, I agree. I remember like 20 years ago, if you wanted to know about what happened at Worlds, I mean, it would have taken me days to just track down like the box scores, and they would have all been names I'd never heard of, and I was like, oh, I guess North Korea's good. Like, I don't. There would have been nothing to like watch. There would have been nothing to like
Yeah.
actually sink your teeth into. So that's great, and I love that they show you what the rep's looking at too, and even when he's speeding it up and slowing it down and pausing it, like you can see exactly.
Yeah.
That's cool. Greco, I have like mixed feelings because you know I don't. It's hard for me to like get into Greco. Just the rule set.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like thousands of years old, but I just feel like the rule set is just never gonna be a great product, no matter how you slice it.
So, like, what do you think? Do you think the countries that are good at Greco, I mean, excluding countries like Iran, which are, great at both, right? But I
Right.
mean, the countries that really like shine out in Greco, do you think they truly like have more interesting Greco, or they feel like, hey, we got a niche here, and like we're gonna like,
Right. I think it's more the latter.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, North Korea shows up and they freestyle and they win gold, right? I mean, like,
Who knows? I mean, anytime a country picks like this is our sport, then the top athletes get encouraged to like do that sport. Like I feel like in the U.S., if you were a top wrestler, it'd be very unlikely that somebody pulls you aside and says, "Hey, you should focus on Greco."
right? Yeah, you got that. You got a really good bear hug. You ever
Right.
consider doing Greco?
Um. So yeah, I guess I heard I think Askren said that they should allow like tripping or inside trips. So
Yeah,
you still
I saw
can't
that.
shoot. You
Hmm.
still can't shoot, but you can trip, and that's just something that adds a little more to it. Like Greco, if you watch like a highlight film, you're gonna think this is like the coolest thing you're ever
Right.
gonna watch.
And then you
And
watch
then
two guys with T-Rex arms like run into each other like for 6 minutes, and you're like, "What did I just see?
right,
Why is he lying down?" I'm like, "What?" I guess I don't know. It's cool, but like you say, right? It is a
yeah.
great highlights, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you noticed, Roy, but you probably noticed my great haircut. I usually wear a hat, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So friends at Forest Hills Barbershop hooked me up. So if you live in Ada or Cascade area, Grand Rapids, go see Rob, go see Ash, go see Ian. They'll take care of you at the Forest Hills Barbershop. Also, I added a little scrolling, not sponsors, but things we support. in the feed
Right.
here. So
We do the
some of the
sponsor.
top podcasts and friends, or we want to be friends of the show. And I always feel like ASIC doesn't get enough love, you know.
Yeah.
Adidas, Nike doing a little bit of sponsorship in the podcast world, but like to me, wrestling shoes begin and end with ASIC. So give them some love as well. All right, well that wraps up Worlds. Yeah, guess excited for the next one for sure. All right, thought we'd dip into Claw a little bit. Talked a little bit yesterday about, or excuse me, last week about the fantasy league. So Madness is sponsoring a fantasy league. You got to make your draft. You got 1,000 points, so that's gonna be one of our wagers. So give that a look if you haven't. I don't know, Roy, have you signed up yet? Get locked in?
Uh,
Not
Not
yet.
yet. I'll do
Okay.
that after this episode.
Make your draft picks.
I have till October, right?
Yeah, you got time. October 3rd. So, schedule we talked a little bit about last time, but they're gonna do like one like package streaming and then one like open streaming on Flow and YouTube. Tuesday 28th, things kick off the Matt Kings versus Cicadas, and then the Leopards versus Chaos on Wednesday the 29th. So this is their entire season with wrapping up the day after, like 2 days after Thanksgiving, with the Liberty and Justice champions going head to head. I know it's probably a little late, but I think I would love it if they like did a like an individual tournament as well.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like they do in high schools. You got the team title, and then you also do an individual title. Because you kind of hate to be like out of it. You lose your first two duels, and it's like, if you're a Cicadas fan and they lose their first two duels, like,
Wait, do they have divisions or
yeah, the
league?
Liberty and Justice.
Okay. So they could do like an all-star duel. Like Liberty All-Stars versus Justice All-Stars.
Yeah, they could do right. All Star, that's out there as well, right?
Yeah.
I still feel like an individual tournament might be.
Yeah.
But
Seems like they're pretty committed to the team vibe though.
Mm-hmm. No, I get that.
Yeah.
Get that. So, we're gonna look a little bit at the rules because I listened a little. So one of the Claw founders was on Bader, and so that was pretty like. So I got a little bit of insight, like in terms of some of the rules. The first rule, like every point counts. So they're gonna do and every round counts. So they're gonna do things by rounds, right? So 4 rounds, and then they're gonna score based off of rounds, like old school freestyle, right? So if you get 2-2, okay, then there's like a over under tiebreaker, which like it's probably cool.
Yeah.
But I just see like Carolyn and like, you know, I just see the Olympic Greco final. These two big, burly, you know, so Rulon Gardner winning by a separation of hands. And I'm like, but anyway, that's the deal. Over under, you know, in a phone booth, you know, step out kind of thing. Like, so it's probably actually gonna be really cool with lighter guys. But I do have some bad memories.
When they say every point counts,
okay, so
means...
so here's the deal, right? So you get a pin's 25, which I assume ends the match, but it would have to, right? Like, I mean, like your pin, let's go to the next round. So a pin must end a match, I feel, and that's 25 points. But like, let's say that I beat you 3 rounds to 1, but the round scores were 5-4, 5-4, 5-1. So I had a, you know, like a 5-6 point differential.
Okay.
And then the third round or the fourth round, which you'd have to have because there's might be a pin, right? You can still, the knockout exists, right? And so, and you smoke me like 10-1. So now you have a 3 point differential.
Great.
I get 5 points plus the differential, which would be -3. So I would only win 2 points. And if you literally beat me like 15-1 in the last round, it would just be 0. Like the winner can't have a negative score, but you could
What if I
win,
pin you in the fourth round though?
and that's 25 points.
For me, and then you get 0.
Right.
Okay.
So you really don't want to get pinned.
Yeah, that's the same.
There's a yeah that's that is generally really every form of wrestling has that sort of
Right.
credo of like so yeah so I could win and yet score 0 team points, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
But
it'll make sense when it's happening because when you win a round, those points become points.
yeah, I mean, I feel like one of the things
So
that
then the next round, the points will count up, and so they're never taking points away.
yeah.
So it'll make sense. Like whatever happens next adds to the total score.
So I feel like there's a couple things. I think there should be a multiplier for winning the round. So if I win the round by 3, that's 6 points, like a 2x multiplier. You get what I'm saying? Like I would like to see like you get a 2x multiplier for winning the round. That way, if like even if the differential is only 2, that's still 4 points. You know what I'm saying? So there's some, and then
And the rules are kind of like folk style, right? Folk style.
yeah, folk stylish,
Yeah, yeah.
definitely. But
So if I
they have a step out, you know. But I don't know. It'll be interesting. It'll give you something to like wrestle for in the fourth round. If you're down 3 rounds to nothing, right?
Yeah.
And then like, well, if I outscore this guy, I mean, not just for the wrestler, but also for like the teammates, and then also for like the fans of that particular team, right? Like they would have some incentive to be like, all right, every point you score is a point the other team doesn't get, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like, that'll be interesting. So that's the every point counts, every round counts. New ways to score. There's a quick score bonus if you score within the first 10 seconds. I feel like that's got to only apply to escapes and reversals, right?
You can get a takedown in 10 seconds.
I mean, yeah, you can, but
Yeah. I mean, that's to like, sometimes, people will go to the center and they just stand there. Like if it's the fourth round, but you can get that extra point. So it encourages you to start wrestling right when the whistle starts.
yeah, yeah, I don't hate it. And I like the fact that if you gotta try and get out quick or whatever, right? I mean that's not horrible either. Um, Stalling is not tolerated. I'm interested to see like how that's implemented, but I think that it can be. Like, if you're not continually working to improve position, you're immediately warned for stalling, and then they just start racking points.
Mm.
I feel like on top, that's going to lead to a lot of stand-ups.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm beating you,
Right.
and I already took you down, like, why am I going to risk losing points because I'm not trying to turn you? Like, so that's kind of freestylish. And they also have a step out, which is freestylish. I mean, I feel like, you don't know anything about an idea until you try it, right?
Right.
So, they've done their due diligence. They've run some practice matches and things like that, and I'm sure it'll still evolve. But I'm excited to see, how
Right.
exciting it makes it. So
They're definitely doing something much different than RAF. Because RAF is just basically a freestyle split into 3 periods.
yeah,
And,
yeah. There's not a big right. It's freestyle.
yeah, it's freestyle in 3 periods, and then this is all different. And hopefully the referees know the rules. So we don't. Because like the only in the last 5 years, probably the only really annoying thing about wrestling has been really, really long video reviews. That it's just as a fan,
Yeah.
it kind of sucks. But also for the athletes, I think it really sucks to like interrupt the flow of the match in that kind of a way. So hopefully it's like clean and they just get to wrestle.
Yeah, and grounding. I feel like grounding kind of annoying in freestyle, but I don't know what it would look like without it, right? So, I mean, it may be the lesser of two evils. Like, we don't know, but and then also, I'm still advocating for the Baron. I've done a little bit more research.
Yeah.
The Baron is alive and well. He does cameos, so he's on the Cameo website. He's got a Facebook page, living his best life with his family, and but he's still active and like going to pro wrestling conventions, giving interviews and stuff. So I'm
Right.
still encouraging Claw to get out there and even if they just paid him like a cameo to like introduce the
Right.
right, just as on the big board and at 57 kilograms or whatever, just we need the Baron, but anyway,
Yeah, yeah. Well, if they
maybe
don't get him, we should.
right, yeah, maybe he can do the new intro for the show.
Yeah.
Nebraska great world bronze medalist Greco-Roman. In a while since the U.S. could say they had a bronze medalist in Greco-Romans.
Yeah.
All right, that's the Claw update. Excited, like hopefully get a watch party going, and I'm pumped to see what it looks like and what they bring. All right, high low time record keeper. How you doing on your record keeping? Look at you. You're like, no paper, no pen.
I, today, I actually have post-it notes here.
Post-it notes. All right.
Because both their names start with R, so I get it all mixed up at the end.
So for those of you who are new to the show, generally the way high low works, we go for a division and then we take turns picking. What we're picking is the highest ranked wrestler to not AA, the lowest ranked wrestler to AA, and then also our favorite wrestler to watch or favorite wrestler in general from the weight class. And also we'll give you our predicted winners. And then eventually I'll post these on Twitter and do some polls. I did the first one this week. So 157. All right. What do we got? Do you wanna we got a flip. Hold on.
Yeah. I'll take red today.
You're gonna be red. All right. So just make sure everybody understands. One side is green, which you don't see because of the green screen. One side is red. I'm gonna flip. All red. So what do you want first? You're gonna go lowest, not highest to. What do you pick?
I'll go, okay, highest. Or I always get mixed up on what low and high means.
You can do
But
whatever. We'll both understand what it means.
yes, yes, yes. The lowest ranked person that I think will AA. I'll go with Rafael Hipolito from Oklahoma.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am. Ooh, Chittum out there at 17 is a little tempting, but I'm actually going to go Ryder Downey at 12. So you win if they both AA. But I feel like, yeah, I'm going to go Ryder Downey.
Chittum would be interesting out of Chattanooga.
Yeah, right. I mean, the potential's there for sure.
Well, so he did Iowa and then Iowa State and then Chattanooga.
He did Iowa and then he left when Angelo was gonna like
Right.
and then did Iowa State and then he was like rumored to be at Ohio State and then
Right.
right, so there's a little rumor transition in there and then so yeah, all right, and so I'm gonna go the highest ranked wrestler to not All American. Man, these guys are all pretty. I'm gonna go Vinny Zerban at 6.
Ooh.
Obviously, if he's ranked 6, I understand that there is a decent chance that he does All American, but I gotta pick somebody.
You gotta pick somebody, and then the higher you go, because right, if you go outside of
You got to go inside the top 8. That's the rules.
Yeah, you gotta go inside. Ah, man. This is interesting, but I'm gonna go with Matt Bianchi, 7. Little Rock. Hopefully the magic is still there, but
All
might
right.
not be anymore.
So my favorite wrestler to watch, and we can double up on this. Obviously, I think Meyer Shapiro is probably my favorite guy to watch. Like,
Yeah,
he's got the most interesting.
if you ever get to watch him,
Yeah, right.
it's like
There
well,
is
he's wrestled
that.
like 12 matches in the last 3 years or something.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, when he wrestles, I love watching it. It's like appointment viewing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I'm so excited to see how Antrell Taylor does.
Yeah. Well,
Burning champion. You know, he wasn't really picked by a lot of people to be the champion, but now that he's done it, you know, he'll be on everybody's radar. Everybody loves to like take down a champion, but he's so
yeah.
good, you know.
I
It's
mean,
easy
he All American upper weight as a freshman.
yeah.
Him and Vince Robinson, I feel like both guys who like, they've seen some stuff, and they're still there. So I'm picking Antrell as my champion.
Yeah.
Who you got for champion?
I kind of want to pick Meyer.
Look, we're flipped. That's
Just because
funny.
I've picked him every year forever and he's never won, and now I'm like, I'd rather be wrong than not pick him, and then that's the year he
Oh,
wins.
look at there. Madness is with you, man. He says Meyer's the guy. Like that. Yeah. I mean, I don't think anybody would be like shocked with any of the top three guys winning. Right.
Kasich is probably the most logical.
Yeah. Right. As long as he doesn't get food poisoning from all them cows he's eating.
Yeah, but it's not about logic.
Yeah, right. It's too early in the season for that. Oh,
Right.
for sure. All right, but that's a fun weight class, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you got.
Oh yeah,
I mean, you start looking at it's like the 8 through 16 to me. It's like always like, all right, that kind of makes a weight class, right? You got Brandon Cannon, like at 8. He's sophomore. I mean, he improves from what he was last year, gets consistent, he could be a finalist, right? I mean, like that's a little tough at the top. Maybe like a quarterfinalist, but like Hippolito, like you say, he's got some big stuff. Like he can beat anybody on every given day. Like you got Swisher at Penn right there.
Penn representing with the big gift.
Yeah, right.
Let's see what happens.
He's gonna have lots of good gear to work out in. He for sure. Swenson, Chittum. I mean, right? I mean, yeah, fun weight class. A little more fun than last week or 2 weeks ago, 49. I thought pretty deep, pretty fun. All right, so what's going on out there? We got U23 World Championships, 20th through 27th.
We're sending a
Great.
We're sending a squad.
Yeah, we're sending a great team. So that's
we might
interesting.
Get like 80% of all the goals.
Yeah, you think that, but then, you don't know who the world sends. I mean, this is not the not U20, not world. I mean, this is probably the one that's the most. I don't even want to call it random, but I don't.
It wasn't that long ago in the U.S. We'd send people who were like maybe 7th in NCAA's, and they'd be our U23 guy. You know?
Yeah, right. So like
now we're sending world champs. You know?
Yeah, it's kind of weird, right? Because it would be like Brock Hardy come back with like a U23 bronze, and you're like, oh, or I mean, like, yeah, we would just send a guy, and they'd still like medal, and now we're sending like killers. So I mean, but that's always when you get too big for you. You're like, oh, we got this, and then like something happens, right? So, so RAF 2, October 25th. That's exciting. Out of Penn State. Claw opening weekend, October 28th, 29th. And then the national duels, November 15th through 16th out in Tulsa. So
that's like everyone except Penn State is going to be there, basically.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then Iowa State, because Iowa State did so poorly in the tournament that they weren't eligible. But yeah.
That's like the one team that's like, they probably should be there, but
Right.
Oh, well.
So yeah, that right, that'll be interesting. That'll be fun. I'm interested to see like not necessarily who like I'm interested to see what kind of actual interest and ratings and stuff that it actually like pulls in. I'm a little sad, you know, old people they don't like change, right? And like and Cliff Keen was always sort of like the real beginning of that college season.
Yeah.
And this is like 2 weeks before, and so there's teams that are going to both, but you know you're not going to have like a lot of starters that are going to like do both, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm a little sad that I think Cliff Keen's going to take a little bit of a hit, and guess I'll have to learn to deal with that. But hopefully this is a cool event. I mean, I love dual meets, but partially what I like about dual meets is that it's like, you know, 2 hours. You know, you go have dinner, you go watch a dual meet, you know, maybe grab a drink, and then you go home, and like it's just sort of a very packaged deal. It's like something that a casual person, a casual fan can do, kind of like going to a movie.
Right.
I mean, this is like, do I want to watch like 18 duels? You know, I mean, me, yeah. I mean, I'm down, but like,
Right.
does my
I'm there.
does my wife want to watch 18 duels? No, you know. So we can go watch a dual meet together and have fun and that kind of thing. But yeah, so I'm interested to see like I assume they'll do a great job with it, you know, but it is sort of every tournament, like even like worlds and stuff like that, there's just sessions that have empty seats, right? I mean,
Right.
and like there's teams that just aren't going to travel, and so it's going to be like, I think that'll be a little bit like, I don't know, we'll see, but I'm hopeful.
We'll see who brings all their starters and who doesn't and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.
And if somebody wrestles at U23, are they gonna get national duels? Maybe not.
Yeah, right.
Although half the U23 team is Penn State anyway.
Yeah, right. They're not going.
They're not going.
Cool. All right. So this is Ask AI Anything. You know, we don't have a lot of wrestling going on, so we had to kind of do a little bit of filling in, and you know, we've done some AI predictions and things like that, basically. And so, you know, Roy and I are both technologists to some degree, and like to play around a little bit with AI and that type of thing. So first of all, this is the women's team roast from AI.
Which AI, by the way?
This is Grok.
This is Grok. Okay.
So what I would like to say first of all is that like one of the great things about wrestling is accountability, right?
Yeah.
I think that's one of the great lessons that you teach. When I mess up at work, I have no problem saying, "Oh yeah, I messed that up. Let's move forward," right? So there really isn't anybody to blame in a wrestling match except yourself. And I think that's actually one of the great lessons in life that wrestling teaches you, right? Is that like, you know, be accountable and then work on what went wrong and get better. So
yes, and then do what doesn't work twice as hard.
Right. Yeah. So with that in mind, and again, this wasn't me, this was the AI, but I did suggest the idea. You know, the idea here is like just to sort of, in some ways, just test AI's capacity for humor. I think anyone involved in the women's program would tell you that they were not super excited with their performance and they would like to do much better next year, right? But I am not trying, this is not meant to beat them while they're down or be disparaging or anything like that. This is just
coming from a place of love.
Coming from a place of love and just a little fun with AI. So that being said, okay, let me go ahead and I asked AI, Brock, particularly in this case, to roast the women's team. And this is what we get. Okay. So congratulations to the Queen for carrying the flag while the rest of the squad treated Zagreb like a scenic European vacation, complete with early flights home. 1 gold. That's like bringing a steak knife to a gunfight against Japan's metal hoarding machine, who walked away with the team title and enough hardware to open their own scrapyard. The rest, a bronze from Kenny Blades at 68 kilograms. Solid debut. Kid, keep the fire, or at least a lighter. A 10th from Cristel Rodriguez at 55 kilograms, and a whole lot of better luck next repechage for everyone else. 5th place overall. Y'all turned all gas, no brakes into all vibes, no placement.
Ooh.
Helen out there out here rewriting history books, and the team's like, cool, we'll just cheer from the bleachers.
Oh,
Dang. Next year, maybe clone her grit and distribute it like protein shakes. Until then, fifth feels like the participation trophy nobody asked for. Polish that gold, Helen, and drag these ladies back to the podium in 26. So just rating that from an AI humor standpoint, you being a semi-professional comedian,
yeah,
what do you give it?
that's pretty solid. I'll give it a C plus.
C plus. So like a 6.5, 7. I thought it was
Yeah,
all
I mean
right.
they had some good lines in there. There's some good lines in there.
Yeah. I mean, humor's got to be a hard thing for AI to pull off,
Yeah.
for sure.
Although the roast I think helps keep it like
Fun. Yeah. Yeah.
if you just said write like 5 jokes about the
Right.
women's wrestling, they'd be like, why'd the women's wrestler cross the road? You know? Oh,
Yeah.
come on.
So it's a little edgy, right? A little edgy
Yeah.
with some zingers, not all that accurate because they took fourth, I think, not fifth, which seems so weird to me how AI messes that stuff up.
Right.
Like, look, you're reading a list. Like, how does how do you like not do that? Anyway, that's the AI corner for this week, and I thought it did a pretty good job. I mean, it was like
Yeah.
it was edgy without being like mean and
I
rude,
noticed that
right?
last week when I asked it to roast Spencer Lee, it also went with like the participation trophy.
Oh yeah,
There must be a lot of like participation trophy jokes on Reddit that it's like training off of.
right. Yeah. Anyway, maybe. Well, anyway, I assume and I hope that the women's team with another year's experience will do better next year. So it's all about 28, right?
Right. Yeah, forget 26. Why is AI even worried about 26?
Exactly. What's wrong with you, AI? All right. So one of the things that I'm a big advocate for always is for one thing, I love going to dual meets. I think it's like one of the best values in sport, right? I mean, what can you do? Like season tickets at Michigan are like $40 a seat. Right? I mean,
Yep.
you can't get a better value in sport than you get there an hour early, pretty much anywhere. Illinois is free, whatever it might. I mean, like
Stanford's free.
basically, like Stanford's free also.
Yep.
I mean, this is easily the best value in sport. You show up early, you get front row, you're watching like world class athletes. And so I'm always an advocate that like, people should go out and go to more dual meets. It's even more important now in this modern age where Olympic sports have to show their value to universities and things like that, right? So this is where this sort of evolved from. And this is called dual meet bingo, right? And so if you're out there right now and you're ready to participate, 2-man teams. Okay. So Roy and I are one team. You can reach out to me. I'll get you a bingo sheet. You can double dip, but you can't triple dip or quadruple dip. What does that mean? That means that if I go watch Michigan and CMU, I can
Mm-hmm.
mark a bingo square for Michigan and CMU, or I can mark bingo squares for CMU and MAC, or I can mark bingo squares for Big Ten and MAC, or Michigan and Big Ten, but I can't take all four of them.
Right.
Does that make sense? So you can double drip. So if Roy goes to Stanford, North Carolina, he can take Stanford, North Carolina, or Stanford ACC, or North Carolina ACC, but not Stanford, North Carolina, and ACC.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And I don't figure so total bingos before conference weekend. All right. Prizes to be determined, but I'd like everybody to just kind of pitch in like something. And if you're like a podcaster or whatever, pitch in like a awesome low single shirt or maybe a Wrestle Madness shirt or whatever it may be. But again, this is the idea of supporting wrestling, grow the sport, getting out there, putting selfies out there on Twitter or whatever, like, hey, I'm at this duel, and just sort of getting out there and really doing it. So I made the bingo cards. This is Roy's and my bingo card. So this is ours, Roy. And I just gave us, I'm saying we're going to be one. So let's go ahead and This is what we got. Now we kind of lucked out based on like where I live. So for example, CMU and Mac are in the same row.
Okay.
So I can drive over to Central and get us a bingo. So we've got on our first card here, we've got junior college. Okay. We got a Big Ten and Stanford. So those should both be pretty easy for us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Max, that's right up my alley. Women, so I'm going to get out to Grand Valley's women's team starting this year. So I'm going to get out there. So I may try to get to it. If they host a tournament, I could do tournament and Grand Valley. You guys get the idea. Or if you go to a tournament, you can pick two teams. You get the idea.
So you're trying to fill this out for the whole season.
Whole season, get as many
Every time I
bingos
go to,
up, down, diagonal, like as many bingos as you can get on all your cards. Right? So down here we got Nebraska, North Carolina, Penn, junior college, Michigan, Iowa, Ivy, D2. So I got Grand Valley. What do you got? Any D2 around you?
yeah, San Francisco State. They're really good.
Nice.
They're like one of the top 5. I'm going to go to
Oh, now
at
you
least
have
one.
to go, man.
Yeah, now I have to.
it's part of bingo, man. We got to represent Oklahoma State, UNI, Mac, Ohio State. I want to get to Ohio State. It's like they sell out though. It's like I don't know. I think I can make it.
Get a press pass.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that is true. All right. So that's it. That's bingo. And reach out, QuadR podcast at gmail.com. DM me, DM Roy. You got somebody you want to do this with. Challenge yourself to spend some weekends watching wrestling live. I know for myself, it's probably one of my favorite thing to do in the fall. So I'm out there a lot. Get to at least one or two Michigan State duels, one or two Central duels, four to five Michigan duels, and sometimes some Illinois. And I don't know. I love going to duels, but the idea here is to check your schedule, make a plan, go out there and enjoy some wrestling. So I think we're gonna do good. But I got a few more cards, so if you're interested, let me know. All right, that all makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And so are we actually a team, or were we a team for the example?
We're a team.
Okay.
Wait. Well, I didn't ask you.
I know, that's why.
If you want a different teammate, I'll only be slightly hurt, but maybe a little hurt.
I like it. So we'll see if we have any fans that will
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna invite the
out go to duels.
right. I got 4 people at the quad pod, right? So I'll see if I can get them to go 2 teams. Maybe get Bash and Willie to try and jump in on it. They go to a lot of duels, obviously. FRL guys, they go to a lot of duels, so maybe they could form a couple teams. But yeah, I'll reach out in the community, but then also anybody who like listen right now wants to get in on that challenge, let's do it. Be fun. All right, awesome. Weekly wager. So 6'4", it's getting tight. Look at that. I embedded a little graph, man. Like I'm a technological wizard there. You know, it's like real time updating and all that fancy stuff. So,
Oh, that links to the like.
oh yeah, that's legit, dude. That's like,
Okay.
yeah, that's not.
It's not just some screenshot of something from
No,
2 weeks ago.
that's live updating, man. That's like fancy tech technology.
Yeah.
You got what's the wager, man? What do we
Cool.
got?
We do claw.
We did that last week, so we already have the claw fantasy.
Claw fantasy, but what's the first duel?
Mm-hmm.
Or let's do one with U23.
Okay. What do you got?
Over under for golds. We'll say 5.5.
Man, that's a stacked team. For golds though, oof,
Yeah, just golds.
that's a big number. I'm gonna go under. They're gonna win 5.
All right, I'll take the over.
You have to.
But I set the line wanting the over.
Oh, yeah.
You did what I wanted you.
Okay, that works. That's fair. You gotta note that in case I forget.
5.5.
I suppose I could just do this real quick.
U23. Go. All right.
Look at that. 20 golds.
Up here in the podcast studio, it's going to be covered in Post-it notes. Pretty.
Oh. You said 5.5? 6.5? Freaking max. All right, there we go. I got the under, and that is going to be in TBD. All right.
Yeah, that's not till October 20th.
All right. Awesome. Well, what do we got here? A little bit of best of social.
Yep.
All right, you got anything? It just says post. All right.
Wait, you don't have my things there?
I don't. Put them in the wrong.
No, we're looking at the same thing. You got to refresh your page or something.
Come on, man. Oh, look at that. How'd you do that? It's technology, man.
Yeah.
All right, that's fair. Okay, so we'll bounce back and forth. So first one, Kirk moving.
To Lehigh?
Lehigh. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's exciting. Does this mean that he's not trying to make LA Olympics?
Why is that?
Well, training at Penn State is probably make more logical.
Why is that? Who they got for big guys? He's got Mike Mock at Levi. He's got like a bunch of guys. Like,
Right.
oh, I feel like this is like there's a hole in the dam, man. Like,
Okay.
got like this is all part of like the
So you're not reading that into this.
that he. I'm not reading that he doesn't want to win the Olympics into this.
Well, I mean, I want to win the Olympics,
Okay.
but you know that he's not organizing his life around winning the Olympics.
Disagree.
Okay.
I think that I think this is part of a bigger thing.
The decentralization of U.S. wrestling talent.
Yes. Well, that's one way to put it.
Yeah.
So, Pat Downey in the house, bringing it for RAF. Been wrestling against Penn State for 15 years. Trained with Ed, scrapped with Quentin Wright, David twice, Bo twice, Gino Carter, Aaron, and now I get Jake Varner. F it, I want Kale Sanderson next. He didn't mention his record against said wrestlers.
He didn't. This. First of all, I like following Pat Downey.
Oh, so do I.
And you remember that one time that they had that no tech fall match they were organizing with David Taylor when David Taylor was like at his peak, and then I think Downey actually just didn't show up.
Right.
And
very Downey.
Yeah, it was very Downey. Well, the whole thing was being set up to like embarrass him.
Oh yeah, right. No, for sure.
I actually didn't blame him even a little bit for not showing up to that.
No, I totally agree. Totally agree.
Yeah. But I thought, this is like, I don't know if this is like a little bit serious. I think it would be an interesting match to have Pat Downey versus Kale Sanderson.
Yeah, I'm in.
I would definitely get that pay-per-view.
Got to get through Varner.
Gotta get through Varner.
So I think he's got to have Kale in the corner, right? And get some little like flexing on him. Just
yeah.
You. Kale comes out, little face off, little shoving match, like shirts are flying, like women and children are crying, and like there's things they could do for sure.
And like I said, I'm a fan, so I'm just glad he has like an actual wrestling thing to channel his provocateur energy into.
Right. Yeah. I feel like it's He is one guy who needs something to channel his energy into.
Yep.
Without question. He's, yeah. But I don't know. I root for Pat, like,
Yeah.
and all right. So popping over here, we got the PRK Hug Fest. What'd you think of this?
That's cute.
So, like, going back to our original quote, right? And we talked about Cale Sanderson, and we talked about the, um, you know, one thing that he always preaches is gratitude, right?
Right.
And like, I would say that North Korean team just like was always expressing gratitude, right? I mean, I felt that, like, I mean, truly believe that they were 100% grateful for the opportunity and the chance to show their skills in the world and stuff like that. So that's the real message I got from that team. It's just the level of gratitude for the opportunity to compete and winning. So it was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, it was nice to have another powerhouse just kind of roll in. All right, what do we got here? Ted DiBiase.
Oh yeah, Ted DiBiase released some merch.
Since we are so
We're on the merch beat.
we are on the merch beat, and I feel like there's something here that like RAF can build off of, right? Like, so got like I've already been thinking, like, so you got like you got Willie Saylor, right? And that total like play off that, and like play homage to the great Bobby the Brain Heenan, right? We get Willie the Brain Sailor, and like he like acts like this person who knows everything. Like, he didn't even have to get in character, right?
He's already like
he just has to show up and be himself, and he's already like the great heel manager of all time with a big like and like he'll negotiate that he has to have like a spittoon in the corner.
Well, I think he has to also complain about the seating.
Oh yeah, right. This is ridiculous. My guy should be 3.
I can't believe I'm ranked 6.
You got my guy at 4. What the hell are you going on? Like, what is that based off of? You might as well be using flow rankings. He's storming off, and yeah, there's some opportunities there with RAF without getting too crazy, but a little crazy. So we already talked about the world results. So the Penn RTC, since we're on the merch beat here, dropping some enriching lives locally and globally. So they've moved on from like hold my headgear while I kiss your girlfriend. Got a little upscale now. They got a little money pumping into the university. They got a little they got a little funding going on, and they're like, we're gonna back off the traditional wrestling shirt, and there's no lightning bolts on it. It's just pretty solid. Definitely a little high class, man. Oh, that I skipped that one of the Penn things. So did you see this?
Big day today for Penn Wrestling.
Yeah, keep an eye on their socials. Did something happen?
Nothing happened. Right? I literally waited a day.
No.
And looked at every single Penn social, and there was like nothing.
I'm sitting there at my desk clicking refresh. What's going on, man? It's like, dude, this
Maybe
guy.
The shirt was it.
Yeah. My guy Kevin, he cries wolf a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, Yeah. All right. Oh,
but then wait, I'm not done with that.
Okay.
Because then in the comment, somebody posted an even more cryptic thing. Did you read?
Right.
Did you
read
the comments? Like, what does this mean for Composto?
Right.
like everyone knows what you're even talking about.
Yeah. This is the guy who like was like big announcement that Kenya was the guy who was like big announcement for like 3 weeks, and then it was like Stannis dropped some shoes, limited edition, 20 pairs. Oh, we're sold out. What? Yeah. Future looking bright for my friend from Westfield. So, do you know anybody from Westfield? That's
Westfield, PA.
yeah, I guess like that's the next comment there from Kevin.
Oh
That's
man,
the it's all
I gave
confusing.
up, man. I gave up. That's a troll right there. That's a troll.
All right, what do we got going on with Stanford, man?
Oh, they dropped some merch. I think that it's like Penn. They're going with the more traditional, just Stanford wrestling.
Yeah,
Um, the shoes look pretty tight, although they're Nikes. It's okay.
yeah,
Um, so at the duel, I did pick up a Stanford sweatshirt last year. I'm gonna
hmm
get some more stuff.
yeah,
It's all pretty classic. Stanford wrestling with that little pine tree.
yeah. No,
I like it.
it's tight. It's nice.
You can wear it outside.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, man. Send me a black shirt, man. I'm in.
Yeah.
All right. So we got this. So this is why were we spared? So I don't know if you know this Dan Calderon guy, right? But he's a boisterous Twitter wrestling voice. And he made a long running comment about well, it was related to Kirk leaving, related to him like not wanting to trip over needles or blah 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 blah. So
Mm.
anyway, and then it said like I'm just talking about what everyone else in wrestling media blank won't. They all tuck their tails and cower to kale. People are leaving now. At Piles, at Bash, at Intermat, at QuadPod, at Flow, at Wrestling SNL, at Pat Minio, at Wrestling Nomad, at USA Wrestling. And I'm trying to figure out, is it that we're not big enough? Or is it that like the occasional eat a cow joke and the occasional, and I was pretty hard on the Penn State coaching staff and their lack of response to the Guardian
Bovard thing?
the Guardian article. So
Yeah.
I don't know, which is we're just too small, or like maybe we did enough to stay off the Dan Aldrin's wrath train. So,
Yeah.
but he seems a little upset.
Seems upset. You think that was a text to tweet app he used? It's reads like it.
Yeah. So Spencer, I thought this was funny. Like nomads, like including
Yeah.
since the Olympics, Spencer Lee is 3-3 against guys who wrestled for medals in 23, 24, and 25. And Spencer's like, according to the facts, maybe it's a retirement angle, right? And he's like, no, 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 no.
That's what I said last week.
Right, yeah. So Nomad's just got his pulse on
Right.
the QuadR. Like,
Fighting my style.
right. He backed down pretty quick though.
Yeah. Well, domestically, but you know what? That's what we said about him in college too. And then, Ramos had that match where he still lost, but he was kind of up like I forget what happened. He was up like 6-2, and Spencer still pinned him.
Yeah, he went up like
It was
eight
like a
two, I
dual
think.
meet.
He like dropped him twice on his back, and then like,
Yeah.
and then Spencer like, yeah,
And then it was just kind of like, I think next time Ramos is gonna figure that out. The same thing happened with Sebastian Rivera, right?
yeah. But
That at Midlands, I think Spencer won at Midlands, but it was just kind of like I was at that Midlands. I watched that match, and then I remember just being like, I think Sebastian's gonna beat him next time there.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't get that feeling when I saw Luke Lillidahl and Spencer wrestle.
Right, but there's
Right.
there's other people.
Mhm.
You don't know who you didn't know who Matt Ramos was until that.
Right. Hattie Ice. All right. Gable, the guy who wants to do anything but wrestle, is set to make his at Dirty Boxing debut on the 30th against Billy Swanson. Do you know what Dirty Boxing is?
I think dirty boxing means you're allowed to collar tie. while you're boxing.
Mm. That may be a problem for Gable. Like his bag work does not look. Well, he looks like he should be boxing like another wrestler.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what the rules are in dirty boxing. I'm gonna say if they allow takedowns, Gable's gonna win this match for sure. If they don't, he probably wins this match.
You said he wants to do anything but wrestle, but he backed out of the CGI. Did we talk about that?
Yeah. Yeah.
And all the smack they talked afterwards, and Gable was saying that Craig wanted Gable to take a dive.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, Gable said Craig said he was gonna which that is not classy.
Right.
I mean, that is probably the biggest. That's like gambling in baseball or something. I mean, in sports where, in one-on-one combat sports that involve gambling, but even if they don't, probably the most offensive thing you can say is that someone asked you to take a dive.
Yeah.
And he just said it nonchalantly in an interview. I don't know. I just thought
yeah, man. I had the same reaction.
That's not cool.
If you don't have receipts,
right,
then that's an odd thing to say, and
it's rude.
As much as I like Gable in jiu-jitsu, I'm pretty sure Craig Jones would just beat him.
Yeah, right. I don't think there's
I don't think wrestlers think that's pretty similar, and it's not that similar.
Mm-hmm.
And Craig Jones is top guys in the world. So anyway, I thought that was really, really odd.
Yeah.
And then I guess they've moved on, but yeah, I thought that was very strange.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I was not a fan. Let's see. It's brought to you by Alp. That's some sort of nicotine product. Empowering Traders. Axis, Dirty Boxing. It doesn't even have a streaming service on it. You would think Fight Pass. I don't know. All right. Well, I guess that's enough Gable talk that doesn't involve wrestling.
Right.
Oh, high-low. So I posted our high-low video, put some polls out there, not getting enough, need a little more engagement. That's why I put this on here. So who's your lowest? The AA videos on there. This is from 125. So I'm going to post these a couple of weeks to get caught up.
Okay.
Highest to not. Right now, the favorite wrestler to watch is Luke Lillidahl over Spratley and Robinson. And the champion split. One Robinson, one Spratley, one Luke Lillidahl. So.
Spratley, that's an interesting.
Man. Oklahoma State. He was a finalist, right?
Right, he was a finalist.
Took third the year before, I think, or didn't he? I mean,
he was on my, fantasy thing, so I'm glad he was a finalist. But yeah, anyway, whatever. We'll save that for a future thing.
That's why we do it. Yeah. All right. Well, awesome show, Roy. Thank you, everyone. Like and subscribe, all that jazz. Appreciate it, guys. Always jump in the chat if you'd like. You got any ideas? Madness, thank you for contributing. Let us know. And again, if you want to be on the show, don't be shy. Why don't you go ahead and take us out, Roy?
Toe the line in everything you do.
QuadR out.